And welcome back, guys, to DVD Extras. Happy
DVD
Friday.
Extras.
Oh, I forgot it doesn't do that. It's on the wrong setting where you can just press it and it goes. Beep, 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 beep. I need to switch that setting, but it's fine. I'll switch it later.
All right.
Wow, you just like
that was
stop talking all the time.
because you're fucking stupid. I hate the fact that the board's so far away from me, by the way.
Yeah, because I put it this far because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You start just mashing all the buttons.
Are we putting... Oh, never mind. I'll say it later. Anyway, it's fine.
Okay. Hey, guys. Welcome back, though.
It's been a fucking day, you guys.
Thanks, guys, for hanging out.
This episode is already pretty long, so we're
I know.
Be pretty happy about it. So hey,
We've had a couple long episodes back to back, a lot of talking going on. It's been great.
we haven't. Yeah, I was gonna do our rewind right now, but we can wait for 2 weeks for that to happen. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. So what's up? What's new?
Oh, nothing. Just got us canceled maybe
Nah, I think we'll be fun.
for uploading the wrong audio file, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, at least I didn't lose the camera though, right? Up top.
Oh, fuck you.
Ha
Fucking
ha.
asshole.
Got him. Yeah, that joke's probably never gonna not get funny for me. So I hope you enjoy the next forever that we run this company. So I'll always bring that up.
I like that you said you weren't mad, and then that's all you bring up now, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, but I'm not mad about it. I just think it's funny because you get so sad, and when G's sad, it's funny to me.
It was too much. Oh my god. Stop talking about it, you fucking dick.
Okay.
Ugh. No.
So that's a cool new camera we have. Why do we have a new camera, G?
You want to do DVD extras by yourself? Because you can.
All right, I'm done for this episode.
No, he's not.
Keyword this episode.
No, he's not.
Yeah, so you just got done with hosting your string of World Cups. How was the last 3 weeks for you doing that?
I fucking hate soccer.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man. I feel like the older I'm getting, the less likely I am to be out.
Dude, for real.
I don't know. So the first week was insane. There was 4 games that we kind of had to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They were all at noon except for one was at 9 a.m, and I still woke up and watched it.
Yeah,
and bartended and everything. So that was fun and nice, but I think I just got outsported. I just hate the fact that it's during December. And fuck FIFA. Just seriously, if you even enjoy FIFA,
it's not supposed to be.
go fuck off. Come on.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be this late in the season. It's supposed to be what? June-ish?
It really, yeah.
June.
It's supposed to be in the summer, yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be summertime, but because they hosted it in a desert, they had to push it towards the winter time, just so people weren't in 120-degree heat.
This World Cup made me really sad. I did watch, but I watched a lot of it with just such as a disgust sometimes because I'm just man, this is definitely corruption. I understand that you're trying to integrate a culture that's into here, but there's a culture that's against everything that you're trying to promote.
Yeah.
Specifically with the whole homophobic thing that they have going on. FIFA celebrates Pride Month, but you can't be gay at the venue that you're sponsoring.
Yep.
And then they sanctioned Mexico for saying puto in their games, but again they're having it somewhere where literally if you wear a rainbow flag they'll kick you out of the stadium.
Which happened.
It happened a lot, yeah, and you can get arrested for that kind of shit. And I'm just kind of yo, it's so contradicting, and it's obviously so money driven.
Yeah, because they sanctioned Mexico for chanting that, right?
Yeah.
They fans couldn't come or something. I forgot what they sanctioned them with.
So the whole thing was they fined them.
Yeah.
So they had to pay money for the fans saying that. And then the rule was if you say it once, they'll stop the game. And then if you say it again, they'll stop the game again, but they'll send the players to the locker room. And if you say it a third time, you have to forfeit the game.
Interesting.
Which is, again, funny because they're just no, you can't say homophobic stuff. But again, you also can't be gay in fucking Qatar.
Yeah. So it was a very...
Which is fucking hilarious because I noticed in the last game they started saying it.
Really?
Yeah. Because I think it's ironic. I get why people think it's a homophobic slur, and I'm all for getting rid of it, but I'm also kind of that's a good fuck you to FIFA.
Yeah.
But also they don't care. They're making so much money off of this shit.
Dude, did you watch any of that FIFA Uncovered that was on Netflix?
Yeah.
That shit was wild. Because I think it's hilarious.
And
personally.
the president isn't any better, by the way.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that everyone's you got to keep politics out of sports. It's so ridiculous that these players wanted to wear these armbands and that's so disrespectful. Just play the game. That's what you're there for. But it's literally soccer has been involved in politics, or FIFA specifically has been involved in politics literally since the inception in 19 20 or whatever the fuck.
30.
Yeah, whenever the fuck it was.
But
it's
also
so funny.
But also, here's the thing: you can't have a fucking like a tournament that involves a ton of countries from the world and not expect some type of animosity or tension that goes with it, right?
Yeah.
Like when Iran played the U.S., everyone was so tensioned about it.
Dude, that was freaking hilarious to me.
And
nobody who watches soccer, or even the World Cup for that matter, watched that game just so the Americans could beat the shit out of Iran because they're burning American flags. But it's like, no, that's the government, man. You're hating the government, not the players. The players literally protested their own government on the field.
There was, and that's the thing that I think that was hard about this World Cup is that it wasn't a place that was so driven towards the culture of Qatar, which is fine, and like I agree with a lot of it, most of it for the matter, or not all of it, but there's a lot of things that I disagree with what they were trying to do, especially with women's rights, the slave labor that they had, and obviously the homophobic stuff.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing with how they built all the stadiums, dude.
But with that being said, shout out to the organizations that run the selections that run the countries wise, right? So like Germany, they instead of wearing the armband, they just put their mouths over their hands, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's fucking classy." I was like, "Yeah, but that's also they have a platform to do it, so that's good for them."
Yeah.
The Iranian players not singing their national anthem because they were protesting that. Now they're getting death threats for that shit. The Japanese fans cleaning up the stadium, even if it's not their game. Like, there's a lot of beautiful things that I saw out of this World Cup that were really cool. I just hate the fact that it was still profiting towards, for one, a really corrupt business, and two, a very culture that I disagree with.
Yeah, it's really hard now for me to watch the World Cup. Because I'm not really a fan of soccer, but I'm a fan of international competition. So I really like the World Cup. I really like the Olympics, winter, summer. It doesn't matter what sport's playing. I get into the sport. Like, were you with me when we were watching wrestling?
I don't think it was me. No.
Okay. So it was like the gold medal match for wrestling, and it was America versus like Russia or something. I could be making that up.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but the American
East Germany.
Yeah, the American won in like the last seconds of a match by getting a reverse.
Yeah.
Which is worth like 2 points or something, which put him 1 point ahead.
Yeah.
And it was literally the last like tenths of a second. And I freaked out at the bar. I was like, oh shit. And everyone's like, what the fuck is going on over here? And I'm like, he just won the gold on a reverse in the last second. Like, I like wrestling, but I'm not into wrestling, you know? So it's just international competitions bring out my excitement for sports, because regular sports are fucking boring to me.
That's why I love sports in general, though, is especially the World Cup. For me, it's all about the emotion. Like the fact that you saw, and this is already, if you haven't seen it, it's whatever, the results are out. But Morocco beating Spain in penalty kicks, or Japan beating, Spain and Germany.
Yeah.
Like the fans crying, the players crying.
Wild.
I love the emotion that comes with watching sports like that, because there is something to be said about being proud from where you're from. Like, I know obviously the U.S. is going through really bad turmoil right now.
Yeah. But there's a lot of countries right now that were in the World Cup that are going through a lot of shit.
But like rooting for our boys to like make it to the next round was super emotional, because it was like these guys obviously care, and obviously they're not. I think they could be playing better, but they made it to the next round, and it was cool to see like them crying and like them consoling like the Iranian players, Iranian players. Sorry, that's what you should say now. But it was cool to see that. It was cool to see the emotion and be like, no, like this was a big thing. That's the one thing I appreciate about the World Cup, but I just hate the fact that it's ran by shitty fucking people.
Yeah,
that's fucking
true.
Awful.
Dude, it was cool. Like I watched one of the Australia games, and that was cool. Like, shout out to Australia.
Oh,
like,
dude.
huge underdogs in the entire tournament.
Have you seen the reaction of them, like, qualifying?
Yeah, when they qualified.
Like 3 a.m, and there was, like, flares going on. Like, the plaza was fucking packed. Oh, dude, that's,
it
that's
was sick.
Right,
it was sick. And that's why, like, I was, like, kind of rooting for Australia, and then they made the elimination round. I'm like, hell yeah, go Australia. Good for you guys.
Yeah, so it's funny because
they barely qualified.
Yeah, they had to qualify in a playoff.
Yeah.
And then when they qualified, that was, that's that to me, like that right there is.
See, and that's why I like international sports, because it's not like team versus team. It's like nation versus nation, and like that's fun.
I'm sure they feel that like on their shoulders too, unless you're Qatar and, import like every single player from somewhere outside of Qatar.
Yeah, dude, I was reading somewhere that like the population, it's pronounced Qatar, by the way, apparently.
I don't care if it's fine.
Anyway, the population is like 1.3 million people, but there's like less than 300,000 actual Qataris.
Yeah, most of them are
immigrants.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, that's fucking wild, dude.
Yeah, that makes me sad for sure. But
yeah,
it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, speaking of sports, I actually took my dad to a Nuggets game yesterday. That was really cool. Okay, so question for you. Have you ever done things like that with your dad, maybe like an older age, or is that something
I mean, we went snowboarding a lot together.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
See, and this is the first time in a long time that me and my dad have had a moment of like father-son shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really special.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like I like going snowboarding with my dad because one, I'm like super out of shape. Yeah. So I don't like snowboarding like for 10 hours straight because it just sucks. And he's old, so he can't.
Yeah, right.
So we're just like, I'm tired. He's like, me too. He's like, all right. So it's like 1:00. And we had our season passes. So it's like, we don't care if we ski a half day.
Yeah.
So it's like 1:00. It's like, I'm ready. It's like, me too. I'm like, cool, let's go.
Yeah, we need a snowboard this year for sure. At least try.
Yeah, this is the first year I haven't bought my pass in like 6 years.
So snowy range?
Apparently. We don't have our hookups anymore.
Better fucking snow though.
Yeah, right?
Jesus.
Oh, man. Yeah, if you guys haven't been to Ski Snowy Range, it's like the shittiest but most like awesome little ski hill.
It's a great spot to get, to tickle your dick.
Yeah.
And to also teach people how to snowboard because they're only like, if you know how to stay on a board, it's probably like a 5-minute run.
Yeah. And we figured out a run that was like literally took us across the entire range of the mountain.
Yeah.
And it probably was 20 minutes total?
Yeah.
Because we'd literally go from like the lodge up around down to like the backside of the mountain, up and down to the lodge. And it's really only took that long because the ski lifts.
Yeah.
We probably snowboarded for like 12 minutes total minus the lift time.
Yeah, but the thing that sucks is they do have a lot of slopes that are not
for snowboarding. It's like
for
flat.
snow. Yeah, it's very cross country ish. So it's like if you lose momentum, you have to take off your boots and
you're gonna have to walk.
Yeah, not your boots, but your
bindings.
Your bindings. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, man, we definitely need a snowboard this year. I'm just excited to do some winter shoots. I've always wanted to shoot in the mountains, man. I love like brightness. It's awesome.
I like snow. I just like the idea of snow, but like it's so different compared to like everything else.
It's climate change. Anyways, let's get out of here.
All right,
thank you guys again for tuning in.
I think we're gonna go eat some pizza.
Also, by the way, if you don't believe in climate change, come on. Come on.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. See you guys later. Christmas episode, bitches. It's gonna be great. Talk to you guys soon.
Jingle bells. Oh, wrong button. Goodbye.
Bye.